Hi everybody, I'm Dorothy. Thank you for joining me here today. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. You click that little icon in the top of the video there and you can go right to my website. Thank you for joining. So today I want to talk to those of you who are Gemini or have Gemini rising, and that would include myself. So I've given myself a reading here, aren't I? I want to talk to you about the month of July. So let's start off with July 1st, and I am going to be looking down occasionally at my notes and what houses these are happening in. Since I'm doing all the videos, it doesn't stick in here long enough for me to do it without notes. That's just the truth of it. I am a professional, but I am not a professional actor. I am me. Anyway, so how's that for starting off with Gemini? 1st of July, we have the full moon in the sign of Capricorn. And for you, that is in your solar 8th house. And when you have a full moon in Capricorn, you know, what we're being made aware of is where we're stable or where we're not stable, where we feel secure or insecure. And when it goes on in the 8th house, that energy is represented by outside resources, other people's money, finances that we can use or not use. And so if you have Capricorn in there to begin with, you probably don't borrow a whole lot of money from others. So that's a good thing. But anyways, with the Capricorn energy in that sector of the chart in the 8th house, that means the sun is down there in the 2nd house, and that's another money house. With Cancer on that 2nd house, you might be an emotional spender. So this full moon may represent for you a period, it's not even an opportunity, but it is an opportunity to pay off some bills or become more responsible in some way for the money that you owe others. Okay? Next, we also have on that day Venus in the sign of Leo, conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Leo. This is a whole lot of fun. This is fun. This is creative. The energy around this is all about playing and having fun. So here I'm saying you might be paying off bills, but then on the other hand, I'm also telling you that it's very, very important. It's in your 3rd house, so it's very important that you go and have some fun, and you go somewhere and you do something happening in your 3rd house. So this is all about getting out there and communicating or driving to your local park, doing whatever is in your neighborhood, joining with family. 3rd house represents our siblings, our cousins. There's a lot of fun things that we can be doing with this Venus and Jupiter conjunction. And when we have that energy, what that energy is all about is just really being very, very creative. So if you happen to be a writer, Gemini is the communicator. And this Venus-Jupiter conjunction is in the 3rd house, which belongs to Gemini in the natural chart. So you might just want to start a creative written project. Okay? Just a thought. All right. Next, let's move on. 4th of July, what we got going on here is the moon moves into the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius represents freedom and independence, and so that's just a very appropriate way. The moon doesn't always sync up with our national holiday, but this is a great opportunity for fun and just going out there and just having some fun, being unique and being different, and just doing whatever it is that you want that makes you feel free and independent. Go to celebrations. It's just the best way to use this day. That is on a weekend, so it's on a Saturday. All right. Next, I want to move on to the 6th of July. And the 6th of July, we have still the sun in the sign of Cancer. It is in the sign of Cancer for the most of this month. I'll tell you when it shifts in a minute. Sun in Cancer. So that just means we are focusing on homeland security, in our future, right? So with the sun in an opposition to the sign of Pluto on the 6th of July, this goes on in this, again, the 2nd and that 8th house axis. That's a real important axis for you guys this month. And what that represents is that you really are focusing in on your the financial piece of things, that whatever's going on for you in the financial world, how you're earning your money. You need to have a really big, I mentioned earlier the spending of money, that Cancer energy in the 2nd house, but it also means that you spend most of your money in regards to your home and your family and what it is important for you, what you have an emotional attachment to. When the sun is opposite Pluto, though, there is there can be some type of drama or power control, power issue going on here. You know, this can create a lot of stress because there's opposing forces. So there could be some sort of financial situation or, some dynamic going on that's not comfortable. It'll only take a couple days for this to dissipate, but while it's really intense on the 6th of July, really focus and pay attention to what kind of messages you're receiving and figure out how you can work with that. Next, I want to step up to July 12th. And on July 12th, again, the sun is playing a big role here. It is in a square aspect to Uranus and Aries, and this is, again, from the 2nd house. But it goes from the 2nd house to the 11th house, since this is a 90-degree angle, not 180 degree. 180 is opposition, 90 makes a square. And yeah, I know you can tell by this. Sorry. I'm thinking of a wheel. It's visual. You can't get. I got. So on the 12th of July, with that sun in the sign of Cancer squaring Uranus and Aries, we're really feeling the pinch. We're feeling a tight pressure, a lot of pressure. A lot of stress and a lot of obstacles with that energy. So whatever is going on for you in these few days, right around the 12th, even starts around the 6th. I know that's 6 days away, almost a week, but there is something going on here in regards to your home and family and how much you value them and the money that they spend or the money that you need to earn for them. Something's going on here. These are all cardinal signs. All right. The new moon on the 15th as well is in the 2nd house for you. That's your theme. What do I value? You value home and family. So there's something putting pressure on you to really witness that in yourself and to understand exactly what it is that you enjoy and what it is you want in your home and family. Because when we have the new moon in the sign of Cancer, that's our focus, home and family, and caring and nurturing and how we want to be cared and nurtured for. But for you, Gemini, having this in your solar 2nd house, this does represent the opportunity for you to really redefine what it is important for you and your family. All this cardinal energy that's going on, by the way, that Aries and the Capricorn and the Cancer energy, all three of these, Libra's in there too, but it's not really involved in any of the aspects today or this month. But back to the other three, the cardinal energy represents initiating action, taking action. Of course, it will do it in 4 different ways, but it's all about creating action. So tension that creates action, tension, stress that creates action. So that means there's a lot of change in the month of July, but it's changes that need to happen. Typically does happen this time of year when we have a lot of planets in the cardinal signs. I'm going to move on to the 18th. If you have any questions about those things, you just always can email me or message the comments. I read them all. On the 18th, Mercury is also in the sign of Cancer, and it will square Uranus. Same areas, again, what we value, but this level of, we need to feel some freedom somehow. Uranus is in your 11th house, and it's naturally loves that. That's its natural home, so it's comfortable there, even though it's in the sign of Aries. So it's requesting some independence and some shifting and changing for you, from you. You need to shift something. We need to shift something. So whatever's giving you the most tension, the most pain, the most problems, it's like having a thorn. If you just leave it there, it just festers and it hurts worse and worse and worse until you go in and extricate it. And then you've made a change and you've done something. And things are better. So try working on those things. Sometimes stuff just happens on its own, but other times we need to work with it and go with it too. So lots and lots of conversations around what needs to change in your home and family. All right. Next, on July 22nd, the sun does enter the sign of Leo. And when he does do that, that is in your 3rd house. Again, your solar 3rd house, which is all about creative writing. You are a Gemini. You should be one of those great communicators. Someone who gathers all that information. When the sun moves into that sector, it will be in that sector for the next month. So it's time for you to be very, very creative. Spend time with your siblings if you have them, or cousins, or really, really close friends, people you call family. Do a lot with them. On the 25th of July, we do have Venus in the sign of Leo. Okay, it's been in Leo for a little while, but she goes retrograde. And with Venus in Leo, first off, let me represent that so you can understand it. Venus is who we love. how we love, and what we value. When she's in the sign of Leo, she can be very creative, very passionate. It's a lot of love that comes out, a lot of passion and love comes out of that Venus in Leo. She will be retrograde until September 5th. So she's going to spend a very long time in Leo this year, which means that we have to pay attention to our emotions in regards to the things that we're passionate about. We also need to pay attention to the things that we've spent money on, because Venus is also about the things that I love, the stuff that I want, and we might have overspent. So while it's retrograde all the way till September 5th, we might be paying off some debt. Now, we also have Venus, when she is retrograde, she's retrograde approximately every 18 months. And when she moves through the solar system around us, she makes this six-pointed star. It's very pretty. And it's like the Star of David. And so what we get with that is it's an opportunity to recover things. It's an opportunity to work on the karma of old relationships, or the karma of how we spend money, or how we have spent in the past, and the things that we have, whether we have too much or not enough. It's a lot of karmic work that goes on with this. And so with Venus in that sign of Cancer, in that sign of Leo, we have an opportunity here to heal some old wounds, some old karma. Not always the best idea to get married during a Venus retrograde, but if your relationship is about working on old karma, if it's a past life relationship that you've reconnected, some people would call soulmates. Soulmates always have a lot of work to do together. They're not twin flames, they're soulmates. Always a lot of work to do together. If that is you and that feels like you, then being married in a time period like this when Venus is retrograde, go for it. It'll be helpful. And the relationship will go through the whole cycle that it needs to go through. And the karma will be done. That would be exciting. Yeah. So, I want to just leave you with that. And the final piece, actually, not leave you with that Venus retrograde, but I will leave you on July 31st. And on July 31st, what we have is the second full moon of the month. All right? And that is in the sign of Aquarius in your solar ninth house. So this can illuminate where you're being educated, how you're educating yourself. It can also help you to expand your awareness. Maybe you're interested in some metaphysical things. I did just talk about past lives. You might want to go investigate that. That would be something fantastic for you to do. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for very, very much for listening. Please share. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you. Blessed be. And namaste. Namaste.